My mind drifts back to that Christmas Eve so long ago, when nothing in our little home seemed wrong and nothing in the world outside seemed right.
Do put down your sketch pad for a moment, Amy, and help us finish the tree.
Why isn't Beth helping with the garland?
Because Beth did most of the decorating before we got home.
I'd be glad to help. Just think about how pleased Mommy will be that she sees. I finished it at last. Not a moment too soon, if you ask me. Joe, where have you been?
Need you ask? Just look at what she's wearing.
Say what you like about my riding hat, but I've just written a closing scene to The Witch's Curse that was a divine inspiration.
Well, we finished trimming the tree without you.
Christmas won't be the same without presents.
It's dreadful to be poor.
I can remember when we used to be rich.
I remember too.
It's not fair that some girls have plenty of lovely things while other girls, prettier girls, have nothing at all.
We're better off than so many others, though. Orphans, for instance. We still have Father, Marmee, and each other.
But we don't have Father, and probably won't for quite some time. Who can say how long the war will last?
Many families in the North and South will be missing their men this year.
The Army's having a dreadful winter. Supplies are scarce. Marmee's right when she says that we shouldn't buy each other presents. We have to make sacrifices, too.
I don't mind most of the sacrifices, but I do tire of remaking these dresses year after year.
None of you suffer the way I do. You don't have to go to school with impertinent girls who label your father just because he's poor.
If you mean libel, say so. Stop talking about labels as if Papa was a pickle jar.
I mean what I mean, and you needn't be satirical about it. It's proper to use good words and improve your vocabulary.
Vocabulary. Christopher Columbus, aren't we proper?
Don't, Joe, it's so boyish.
Why I do it.
I hate rude, unladylike girls.
And I hate affected little chits.
Birds of little nests agree.
Really now, you're both to blame. Amy, your prim ways are funny now, but you'll grow up to be an affected little goose if you aren't careful. As for you, Joe, it's time you stop your boys' tricks. You turn up your hair now, and you should remember that you are a young lady.
I ain't. And if turning up my hair makes me one, I'll wear it in two tails till I'm 20. I don't want to grow up and be Miss March. I won't wear long gowns and be prim as a porcelain doll. I just can't get over my disappointment in not being a boy. Look at me, dying to go out and fight in the war with Papa, and all I can do is sit around and knit like some pokey old woman.
Oh, poor Joe.
I don't want your pity, because one day I'll be a famous writer, and then I'll live and behave as I please. And I'll make a fortune selling books. And there will be a beautiful new piano for my Bethy, and Amy will have dozens of dresses with satin and lace, and there will be plenty of handsome beaux for Meg to dance with.
I should like that.
So stop our fighting, and let's get to work on our play. Beth, play something gruesome for us. Amy, I wrote you a new scene. It's wonderful.
Oh no!
No, it's simple, really. All you have to do is shout, Rodrigo, Rodrigo, save me, and then faint.
Rodrigo, Rodrigo, save me, save me! Oh, I can't do that. I don't want to make myself all black and blue throwing myself about the way you do. Besides, I've already designed my costume, and tumbling about would crush my gold paper jewelry and crown.
You don't have jewelry, and you certainly don't have a crown.
And why not? I am a princess, am I not?
But you don't know it. You think you're the servant girl for Beth, Hagar the witch.
A princess always knows she's a princess.
Well, you don't. All right, you're locked in your tower, and suddenly you cry out to Rodrigo.
I thought Meg was Don Pedro, my father.
She is, but you don't know it. I've told you a million times you haven't the slightest clue of who you are until the end of Act 5.
Oh, does Meg know?
Of course.
Then I want to know too. Why should I always be the ignorant one?
Because if you know who you are, the play is over.
It's too long anyway.
Amy, please just do the scene. Besides, it's not polite to correct the author.
Yeah, and it was a regular Shakespeare.
It's nothing, really. All right, places, everyone. Here I am, Hugo the villain, and I enter with wicked intentions. Aha! I move closer. Aha!
Come and get your tea, girls.
Why can't we have coffee anymore, Hannah?
Because it's scarce and dear. Ships I needed the time before. They've got no time to go all the way to Brazil and bring back coffee for Miss Amy March. And some folk has got nothing better to do with their time than to prance on the folks' business.
Who is it, Hannah?
That Lawrence boy.
What Lawrence boy?
Mr. Lawrence's grandson. He's come to live with him.
I didn't know that old fusspot had a grandson.
He just arrived last week, and from what I've heard, he's a fine one.
Why? What's he done?
Well, besides running away from school.
Oh, that's the bravest thing I've ever heard.
He was found in an army registration office. He lied about his age and tried to join up. Can you imagine?
I certainly can. I should like to do the same thing.
Fine soldier you make.
Joe, don't!
Oh, Joe, it's our private property. I can look out as much as I like.
You're as bad as he is.
There he is.
Amy, Beth, stand back from the window.
Well, I'm certainly glad he's a boy. I'd like to get to know a boy and have some fun for a change.
Don't say such things.
I wonder how I can get to know him. I know, our cat can get lost and he can bring him back.
That doesn't sound very romantic.
Who said anything about romance? Hello, you guys! Hello, over there!
Joe, you're disgracing us.
Hello, hello, that wretched boy. He waved back.
Well, maybe now we can draw the curtains and finish rehearsing the play?
I suppose.
All right, where were we?
Rodrigo, save me, save me.
Perhaps if you try it like, or maybe, oh, it's just no use. Just do your best when the time comes, and if the audience boos, don't blame me.
I'm glad to find you so merry, my girl.
Marmy!
Has anyone called Bethy? Come give me a kiss.
Not today, Marmy. Here, I'll get you wrap.
Thank you, Bethy. Joe, dear, you look tired to death.
Oh, I'm all right.
Did you see on March about the position yet?
Not yet, Marmy. How was work at the Ladies' Army and Artillery today?
Oh, we're so short in blankets that we have to start cutting up carpets to send to the men.
I wouldn't mind sleeping under a carpet if I could join up.
Oh, Joe.
How's your cold, Meg?
Practically gone, Marmy.
Did you call Mrs. King today?
Yes, I start on Monday. $4 a week, Marmy. The children seem so sweet and the house is so lovely it won't feel like work at all.
I'm so proud of you.
I'll rub your shoulders for you, Marmy.
Thank you, baby. Joe, be a dear and fetch my muff. I have a surprise for you.
A surprise? For Joe?
Oh, for all of you, really.
Father?
Sent you all a little Christmas message. Now, who could that be?
From the sound of the pounding, I'd say Aunt March.
Yes, there's her sleigh. I'd like to have a sleigh, and then I wouldn't have to walk everywhere.
Good evening. Master Almost not at all. It's freezing cold, the dead of winter, and you've barely shoveled a proper path to your front door. I could have slipped and broken who knows what. Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Aunt March.
So nice of you to visit us tonight.
Yes, come in by the fire.
Thank you, no. I have a fire at home where I should be this very minute. I only stopped by to bring you these. Meg,
Thank you, Aunt March.
Joe,
Thank you, Aunt March.
Amy,
Thank you, Aunt March.
Beth. Goodness gracious, where's that child?
Here I am, Aunt March.
Oh my, for pity's sake, stop sulking around like that. I don't like people sneaking about. Come out into the open, I always say.
Thank you, Aunt March.
Far be it from me to complain. But when I was a girl, I used to make a special point of going to my aunt's house to wish them Merry Christmas. Not the other way around. I didn't force them to leave the comfort of their sitting rooms to travel halfway around town to come and visit me. See that you spend it wisely.
The girls and I have been planning on visiting you tomorrow, Auntie.
Tomorrow? Well, we never know if there will be a tomorrow, now do we? Have you heard from that foolish father of yours? Waltzing off to war like that, leaving others to take care of his family? Doesn't he realize that Lincoln needs fighters to win this war? Not worn-out little creatures like himself.
We're very proud of Father, and you should be too.
Joe.
And we don't need anyone to take care of us.
My, aren't we hoity-toity?
Some tea, Aunt March.
No, if your father had listened to me, you'd all be far better off today. I begged him not to invest his money with that swindler. I took one look at him and I knew he'd swipe the pennies off a dead man's eyes. But your father believes he sees good in every ne'er-do-well he shakes hands with.
Well, there's no point in dwelling on the past, Auntie.
Besides, it was our money that got lost, and it hasn't got anything to do with you.
Don't be impertinent with me, Missy. It's a waste of time talking to you, Miss Josephine March. You're as pig-headed as your father. You're as much common sense as a dizzy cow. It's no use talking to a lot of you. No one listens to my good advice like talking to a flock of geese. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Aunt March.
Aunt March, wait.
How do you plan to try my patience now, Miss Impertinence?
It's just, I'd like to apologize for my outburst, and I'm willing to bury the hatchet if you are. So, what do you say?
Amy, where are you going?
I want to hear what she's saying to Aunt March.
Amy.
So, Aunt March, the position is still available. I'd like to be your personal companion.
You certainly are a trial, Miss Josephine March. Still, I guess the devil you know is better than the one you don't. You can come by after the holidays if it suits you.
Thank you, Aunt March. You won't be sorry.
Merry Christmas, Josephine.
It's settled.
What is?
I'm Aunt March's new paid companion.
Oh,
I'll read her books, keep her company, and make pleasant conversation.
Pleasant conversation?
when do you begin, dear?
After the holidays.
May we open our envelopes now, Marmy?
Yes, Amy.
$1.
$1?
Whole
Did you really give
dollar.
us that much?
How plummy. I could buy a new book. Maybe the Black Avenger.
How I'd love a new bonnet with ribbons and lace and a long feather.
I'll buy a set of favorite drawing pencils and a new sketch pad.
And what will you buy, Beffy?
I was wanting to get some new sheet music.
Maybe run to the shop now, Marmee, before it closes.
All right, girls.
Wait, but what about Father's?
Yes, our letter. First, our letter from Father.
To my loving wife, give my girls a kiss and tell them that I think of them by day, pray for them at night, and find my best comfort in their affections at all times. I know that they will remember all I've said, that they will be loving children to you and work diligently so that these hard times need not be wasted. I know they will fight their bosom enemies bravely and conquer themselves so beautifully that when I come back to them, I may be fonder and prouder than ever of my little women.
Ma'am?
Yes, Hannah.
Sorry to disturb you, ma'am, but it's a letter from Miss Hummel. Wants to know if you can come right away.
Yes, Hannah. Amy, will you get my rub, my gloves, my gloves, Joe? Don't wait up for me, girls. I might be late.
Goodbye.
Good night, girls.
Good night.
Marmee deserves a new pair of slippers. I can make do with the sheet music I have.
No, I'm the man of the house while Papa's gone. I'll provide the slippers.
Beth thought of it first.
Well then, I'll buy her a pair of new shoes.
Gloves. A fine pair of pink gloves. Maybe even kid.
I'll buy her a bottle of cologne. A small bottle, that won't cost too much, and I'll still be able to buy my pencils.
But Joe, won't the store be closed by now?
Then we'll storm the Citadel. They'll have to open up for us. Come on.
Presents once more. Presents for our Marmee. We could hardly contain our excitement over the surprise we knew would await our Marmee in the morning. But our holiday fervor was momentarily surpassed by the preparations for our special performance, the Christmas Eve premiere of The Witch's Curse, an operatic tragedy.
It's so wonderful the March girls share their holiday festivities with us.
Yes, my dear. And you do know that the March family was once one of the most prominent families in Concord. Genteel gatherings of the right people and lovely dances hosted by the March family were quite commonplace in those days.
Well, what happened to bring them down so far, Mrs. Gardner?
Oh, my dear child, it was that foolish Mr. March and his altruistic ways, attempting that integrated school and his communal farm. Why, it's absolutely scandalous. Though I shan't say another word for fear of corrupting you young impressionable girls with his wretched progressive ideas.
Excuse me, Mother. Who's the young man who's come to stay at old Mr. Lawrence's home? Hortense told me he's from Europe.
Oh, Sally, my dear child, it's never polite to gossip about others until you have all the facts. Now, Mr. Lawrence's grandson is another story altogether. He'd make a great catch for one of your young ladies in the future. Why, he'll be the most eligible man in Concord when he comes of age. Quite a bit of money there, you know. Though, I would never discuss finances with you girls. It would be terribly indiscreet.
Just hold still a moment, Amy. I really must insist. I don't have time for this. Hannah can help hold the setup. I must have time to adjust my costume.
Christopher Columbus! Oh, goodness gracious, I can't help now. I've gotta go get the door. Turn yourself in out of the cold, dearies. I'll collect your wrap and you can go settle yourself in the parlor.
Thank you, my dear. You were supposed to catch it. Now, please, see to it that it's hung properly. It is the finest velvet around. Thank you.
You may want to hurry yourselves in now, ladies. The girls are just about ready to begin. I was afraid we'd have to postpone till New Year's. There's been so much confusion, but looks like smooth sailing from here on out.
The Witch's Curse. Operatic tragedy.
wicked servant girl of mine.
Oh, Hagar, I am here. What is your bidding?
Go into the woods, the castle of Hugo the Black.
Oh, woe is me!
There, you'll meet Rodrigo and deliver his secret condesile.
Rodrigo? My love? My life?
Go now, into the woods.
Yes, Hagar, I fly! Oh, Rodrigo, Rodrigo, where are you, my love? My heart quakes with fear. Strange that this should be our appointed destination. Apprehension floods my soul in this place of tremulous terror. I fear some evil awaits me. Oh, Rodrigo, would that you were here now.
Ho, 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 ho.
What ho? Who's there? Rodrigo? My love?
No, 'tis I, Hugo the Black.
Oh, no!
I intend to make you my wife this night. My haunted wood shall be your bridal bower.
Oh, Rodrigo, save me! Lord, take pity on my helpless soul. Rodrigo!
At last, you are mine. Rodrigo is but a fading dream now.
Oh, Rodrigo, Rodrigo, save me, save me!
I intend to make Zara my bride this night. Christopher Columbus!
Well, I don't intend to prove myself on your account.
Girls, the audience is waiting.
Oh, Rodrigo, Rodrigo, will you not save me from a fate worse than death?
Come stroke of midnight.
You needn't degradate me, Joe. I know the line. Come the stroke of midnight, and I shall be lost to you for all eternity. Do not let me become the devil's bride!
'Tis I, Rodrigo. The witch's curse. Zara, my love, where are you?
Oh, Rodrigo, I knew you would not fail me. Quickly, free me from my tower prison before the stroke of midnight, or all is lost.
Here, my love. This ladder shall make our escape possible, and together we shall journey far from this place of darkness to the safety of... Oh, dear. Just go on as though nothing happened. Oh, this is dreadful, just dreadful.
Now, if you would all care to retire to the room, refreshments will be served directly. Compliment to old Mr. Lawrence himself.
Oh, really? Oh, my.
Oh, Marmee, it was just wonderful. Really, truly. You're becoming quite the wordsmith, Joe. Now come along and enjoy the festivities with your friends.
Mr. Marmee and the wonderful holiday delicacies provided by Mr. Lawrence, my play felt as though it had been every bit the success I had hoped it would be. Our spirits were buoyed even further by the anticipation of Christmas morning and the wonderful surprise our presents would be for our Marmee.
Christopher Columbus! Candy pie.
And popovers and fresh coffee.
Everything!
Wait for your sister.
Meg.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Hannah.
Hannah, the table looks beautiful. Heavens, I don't know what all the fuss is about. I remember when I used to fix you folks a breakfast like this every morning.
We must have been enormously rich. How was I dressed when we had all that money?
And diapers.
Is Marmee up yet?
Oh yes, up and out.
On Christmas morning, where is she?
At the Hummels. Poor Mrs. Hummel delivered her baby early this morning.
The Hummels have another baby?
One after another. 6 children, half frozen, huddled together in one bed and no fire. All skin and bones they are. So, your mother took a breakfast over there. Now, I believe in charity just as much as the next person, but we haven't got anything to spare.
Hasn't she seen her presents?
Yes, and right pleased she was with them. Now, she said for you children to finish your breakfast and head straight on to the church. She'll meet you there.
Beth, what's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. I just don't feel that hungry anymore.
Beth, dear, people are starving everywhere every day. If you let that bother you, you'll never eat again.
I try not to think about it.
We don't know those people, but we do know the Hummels. We passed by their house on the way to church.
Oh, Joe, you're not saying you're gonna give our breakfast to the Hummels, are you? You wouldn't do a thing like that, would you? I could.
So could I. Well, it's all or none.
I guess none of us have an option then. All right, but I insist on a secret vote.
Oh, Amy. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Oh, fine, aye.
Well, it's settled then.
What's going on?
Grab your app, Hannah. We're off to church with only one stop along the way.
Land sakes, is my whole breakfast off to the Hummels?
The whole thing, Hannah.
Well, I suppose I could spare a quarter with two.
Hannah, you're an angel.
Need this basket. You can take this one. I can carry the palm over.
No, I'm fine. I can handle perfectly.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. That's why I'm taking it.
I can't!
Left for the Hummels.
Miss, I didn't believe you dropped this.
Why, thank you.
Come along, Josephine.
Of course. Say, you're that Lawrence boy, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Theodore Lawrence. This is John Brooke, my tutor.
Well, how do you do?
How do you do?
And how do you do?
How do you do?
I'm Joe March, and this is Meg, and the other three up the road are Hannah, Beth, and Amy. Merry Christmas to you both.
Merry Christmas to you.
You know, I've seen you watching us through the window.
Well, I didn't mean to be rude, but it's dull at grandfather's. Don't listen to him, to be frank. And your home always looks so interesting and fun, like a picture when all the lamps are lit and you gather around your mother.
Where's your mother?
She died in Europe shortly after my father's death.
I'm so sorry. Well, I give you leave to watch us anytime you like, and come over and join the picture if you feel like it.
Oh, I couldn't. Grandfather would say I was imposing.
Oh, Bilgewater, Theodore Lawrence, I officially grant you leave to call in the March home whenever you please.
Thank you, I will.
Josephine, please.
Honestly, Meg, let's go. Goodbye.
For now.
For now. Bye.
Goodbye, Miss Margaret.
Josephine, March, what will they think of us now? Starting to talk in the street like that without being properly introduced?
Oh, I don't care, and I'll bet you they don't care either. Besides, you certainly weren't very polite. It wouldn't hurt to say hello.
Not after the way that man stared at me.
What man? Oh, you mean Mr. Brooke? I hadn't noticed.
Well, I did. Oh my.
What?
He's still looking.
Who?
Mr. Brooke. Don't look.
Me?
And so ended the first brief encounter with one who had become one of the truest friends our little family would ever know. But as winter began to melt away into spring, I wondered if my invitation to call on us would ever be taken up by young Mr. Lawrence.
Good afternoon. Mr. Theodore Lawrence, I'm calling on Miss Josephine March.
Joe, you've got company!
By the way, Mr. Lawrence.
Why, hello, Theodore.
Oh, please, call me Teddy. Everybody else does.
All right, Teddy then.
I expect you'll be buying some tea then.
That'd be lovely, Hannah.
Just as I thought.
All right. Do tell me all about yourself before you arrived here in Concord, Mr. Teddy.
Oh, well, I used to live in Europe before my
Europe! How exciting. I'm going there, you know.
Oh, really? When?
Oh, I don't know really, but my Aunt March, what a crotchety old thing she is. She has rheumatism, and did I tell you I worked at her as her companion? Well, the doctor said that the baths in Europe were very good. What do you think? I mean, for rheumatism.
I don't have rheumatism.
Of course not, neither do I. I figured they couldn't do you any harm. What do you think?
Here we are.
Thank you, Hannah.
This one will talk that Europe will stop your coin if given half a chance.
Oh, I don't mind a bit. I like talking.
I hope so, for your sake.
Anyway, I really want to go to Europe. You know, travel is so important for a writer. What did he say?
You didn't say a thing.
Of course. Well, how are you getting along with your grandfather?
Oh, fine, I suppose. It's just that...
Oh, I know. You should have seen him before you came.
Really, isn't he a holy terror?
You ought to meet my Aunt March. Cookie?
Oh, please, it looks almost too good to eat.
Meg made them.
Is she the oldest? Brooke and I were wondering.
Why should you wonder about her?
Well, he seems rather taken with her. Surely you noticed. Does she like anyone in particular?
So he sent you to find out for him.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, you can tell him that we don't like anyone in this house. Well, we do like people, but we don't like young men. We do like young men, but we don't like young men who wonder about who we like. Meg's just too young and too smart to wonder about who wonders about her.
Perhaps I'd better go.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be out of sorts. Oh, how clumsy of me. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
Do you really want to go?
No, not really. It's so dull over there, and over here everything's so lively.
I'm glad you like it here.
I was hoping that could be in one of your plays sometime. Would that be all right?
I'll say, I'd love for someone else to play the villain for a change. I hate wearing that mustache. It makes me sneeze.
Oh, and I know how to fence too.
Really?
Really, here.
Careful.
On guard.
On guard. A hit. A hit. What do you say?
Oh, a touch, I do confess.
Quit your rollicking. I've got to go get the door. Miss March! Miss March! It's one of those telegraph things.
It's father.
Oh, Marmy, no.
He's being wounded. He's at the hospital at Washington. He must go at once.
I can arrange for the carriage to take you to the station.
You'll need fare for the train and expenses, but we don't have enough in our savings to pay for those things.
I'll go and ask Aunt March. Girls, help your mother pack.
The next few hours were spent preparing Marmee for her journey. I set out for Aunt March's house on my self-appointed mission. I thought our request to help Marmee get to father would be an unpleasant but simple task. I never imagined how my journey would end.
I think this is everything. Don't forget this.
I wonder what could we do, Joe.
Carriage is here, Miss March. Your grandfather sent one bottle of port for Mr. March.
Thank you, Lori, and give my kindest regards to your grandfather. Becky, place that carefully in my traveling satchel.
Careful not to shake it.
Where's Joe? Well, where is she? Where is she? Where is that foul tempered daughter of yours?
I thought she was with you, Aunt March.
Not very likely. Not after her visit here. Take this. Lord knows you're going to need more than you asked for. One can only guess what you find once you get there.
Thank you so very much, Auntie.
Oh, pitch, posh, and swaddle. You're too sentimental to walk. Now, you know how to get there. You change trains in New York, Port City, and then you...
I don't believe that will be necessary, ma'am. Mr. Lawrence is asking to accompany Miss March on her way to see that she gets to Washington safely.
Oh, that's terribly kind, Mr. Brooke, but really, there's no need.
It would be my great pleasure to be of service to you and your family, Miss March. Besides, Mr. Lawrence has already engaged some work for me to complete for him while I'm there. So you see,
And you're all terribly kind. Thank you. Thank you all so very much.
then with your permission, I'll load your luggage and we'll wait for you in the carriage.
Thank you, Mr. Brooke.
I'm sorry for being less than neighborly in the past, Mr. Brooke. You don't know what a relief it is to know that Marmee has someone to look after her.
Thank you, Miss March. Bye.
Bye. What on earth is keeping that child?
At least finish your tea while you're waiting, ma'am.
Thank you, Hannah. Bethy, see that you don't forget the hummus while I'm away.
I won't, I promise, Marmy.
Well, someone might want to remember me once in a while, too, for a change. I hope everything turns out for the best, but I doubt it.
Good afternoon, Aunt March.
Oh, Marge. Yes, miss, here I am. And no thanks to you, I had to get up, get dressed, travel halfway around town because you're so stubborn. You certainly don't get that from my side of the family. Good afternoon.
Joe, where on earth have you been? We were worried sick.
Yes, what could have taken you this long?
Oh, well, I went to Aunt March and she croaked like she always does when someone asks her to open her purse. And, well, I just thought, there he is, her own nephew, sick in the hospital, and all she can do is complain about money. And, well, I lost my temper, and here's my contribution.
$25? How on earth did you get that much?
I came by it honestly. I only sold what belonged to me. Joe, you're here! You won beauty! Well, it doesn't affect the State of the Union now, does it? I just happened by a wig maker's shop and saw some tails of hair in the window with the price tags on them. And, well, thought I might as well have my mop off too while I'm at it. Thank you, Joe.
Are you ready, Miss March? The carriage is...
Goodness gracious, what happened to you? You look like a porcupine!
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't mind. It'll grow out.
And be just as beautiful as before, but you'll never be more beautiful to me than where you are right now.
I like it.
It'll be easy to keep up.
And well, it's strangely becoming.
We have to go, Miss March.
Yes, you can't miss your train.
Yes, you're right.
Can we go with you, Mommy?
No, it's best if you stay here and carry on as usual. Remember to comfort one another. Meg, you'll take care of your sisters. Joe, try to be more patient. Bethy, don't forget the hummus.
I won't, I promise.
Amy, be obedient. Goodbye, my darlings. I'll keep this picture of you in my mind. God bless and keep us all.
Oh, my Joe, are you okay?
Fine, really. It will be all right, dear. Marmee has Mr. Brooks to look after her, and Father's a strong man, I'm sure.
I'm not crying because of that.
Well, what is it then?
My hair!
Father's convalescence in that Washington hospital lasted many months, and life in our little home soon found a simple domestic pattern in Marmee's absence. Our friendship with Lori continued to grow, and the surprising support and neighborly friendship of his grandfather was a boon to all our spirits. I had worked furiously at my scribblings during that summer and had begun sending off some of my manuscripts to publishers. Then, an important letter arrived for me that fall.
Now I'll see what you've been up to with all your scribbling lately.
Give it back, Mr. Lawrence, and never speak to me again.
Oh, fine. Just like a girl. First to say we won't have any secrets, and then this.
This is different.
It's still a secret.
No.
Well, you can keep it, because I've got one too.
Oh, Bilgewater.
And it's plummy.
Very
Very.
fine. If that's the game you want to play, I'll tell you mine and you tell me yours. Read it yourself.
Pay to the order of Miss Josephine March $1 for her story entitled The Phantom Hand.
Well, what do you think?
$1.
Go on, laugh. It's just a start. Someday I'll make as high as 10.
I swear, I'll never understand you. Cooped up in that attic, scribbling away every minute you could be having so much fun. And for what? A measly $1? Joe, if it's money you want, I got plenty of it.
It's not about the money, not really. It's about this feeling I get, this strange nervous feeling on the inside. It's my writing, and soon it'll be in print. People will read it, something that I wrote.
Well, I don't understand it, but if it makes you happy, I suppose.
Play fair, Teddy. What's your secret?
I know where Meg's missing the love is.
Is that all?
Ask me where it is.
Where is it?
Brooke has it.
How do you know?
Saw it.
Where?
His pocket. He got it the night they danced at grandfather's party. Isn't that romantic?
No, it's rubbish.
I thought you'd be pleased.
Please. The thought of someone taking Meg away. Why do things always have to change as soon as they seem perfect? Meg used to share everything with me, and now she takes to herself and thinks that John is a beautiful name and the brown eyes are beautiful. Well, I think it's sickly, sentimental, romantic rubbish, and he better not try and break our family apart.
You'll feel different when someone comes to take you away.
I'd like to see someone try it.
Get over here, Josephine.
No, you're gonna have to ask me.
You run so slow.
So mean! Come on, open the door, let me in! Let me in! Come on, open up! Hey!
Good afternoon, Josephine. Good afternoon, Master Theodore.
Thank you for your assistance this afternoon, John.
Yes.
Goodbye, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, well, goodbye, John.
Goodbye.
I have never been so embarrassed in all of my days. When are you going to stop behaving like a child?
Not until I'm old and stiff and need a crutch. Stop making me try and grow up before my time, Meg. It's already hard enough having you change all of a sudden. Just let me be a little girl as long as I can.
I haven't changed a bit, but it's time you stop your romping ways. Look at you. No hairpins, no combs, running down a public road like a loose horse.
I wish I were a horse.
Oh, you're such a child.
Well, I better go. Joe, why are you mad at me?
Hannah, where's Hannah?
Oh, Hannah, come
why don't you come in? You can sit down.
What's happened, Joe?
My head's back, please. What's wrong? Oh, Joe, a little baby. It's hiding in my lap.
It's not your fault.
It seemed asleep and it shuddered and gave a sudden cry, and it lay so still. I tried to warm its feet, but it lay so still, and I knew it was dead.
Oh, Bethy.
The doctor said it was scarlet fever.
Oh, Beth.
Come and lay down upstairs.
No, Amy, please don't come here. You've never had it. I'm so tired.
Joe, help me get back to her room.
Of course, yes. I'm all right. I'll be fine.
Of course you will. You'll be all right. Mick, we're gonna get Dr. Banks.
Right away, Hannah.
And you, miss, gotta stay clear of things out here. We're gonna send you off to your own marches for a spell.
I won't go. I'd rather have scarlet fever and die than stay at Aunt March's house.
For heaven's sake, be quiet for once in your life, Amy.
Ah!
You should be off as soon as you can. Scarlet fever is no joke, miss.
But it's dull at Aunt March's, and she's cross, and I don't want to be sent off as though I'm in the way.
It's to keep you well. I'll tell you what, I have a plan. I'll pop in every day and I'll tell you how Beth is.
Will you take me out driving?
Every single day on my honor.
And bring me back the minute Beth is well?
The identical minute. See if I don't.
Well, all right then.
There's your girl.
The days dragged out slowly into weeks. Megan, Hannah, and I kept a constant vigil near Beth's bedside. We sensed the slightest change in her person. Amy's notes arrived daily, but nothing could relieve our anxiety and sorrow as we began to sense just how fragile Beth's hold on life had become.
Hannah, don't get up. I just came to see how she was.
Dr. Banks has expected the fever to break by now. I'm afraid we'll need to send for Miss March as soon as Meg returns.
Oh, Hannah.
You children begged me to telegram her weeks ago, but I was afraid of fretting her just yet. But now I fear the end is very near, and she seems weaker every moment.
Hannah,
Yes, miss?
Oh, Joe.
She doesn't even recognize us. Oh, how I wish Marvy were here. She'd know what to do.
It's all right, Joe. You can hold on to me. I'll be
Only
sure.
I'd sent that telegram.
Joe, Marmy will be here soon.
No, she won't. How could she? There's not time.
I got fidgety, and so did Grandfather. She'll be here soon.
Marmy, here in just a few hours?
Yes, Joe.
Oh, Lori, thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fly at you like that. I didn't know another way to say thank you.
Flag me again. I rather liked it.
No, thank you. I'll do it by proxy when your grandfather arrives. Oh, Lori, if life is as hard as this, I don't know if I'll ever get through it.
We'll all have fun and games again. You'll see.
I hope so, Lori. I truly do.
Well, I'm off to the station now, and I shan't spare the horses.
Thank you, Daddy, thank you. Oh, Lord, please don't take Bethy away from us. And if you have to take her, please wait until Marmy gets home. But please don't take her because she's such a, well, just don't take her.
Yes, exactly as you say, Dr. Banks. The fever's broken.
Oh, thank heaven.
He says she's sure to pull through now.
Oh, Hannah, I don't think I'll complain about another thing for as long as I live.
We're gonna give her lots of milk for strength as soon as she's able, and she'll be well on the road to recovery in a slap of a bag, miss.
Oh, Hannah, you truly are an angel. What about Amy?
Sent for as soon as the doctor said. Is Beth resting now?
Yes, I'll have all her old linen stripped and new ones on in just a few minutes.
We'll have plenty of warm milk for her.
Yes, Hannah. Marmy!
The doctor says she's going to make it. She's going to get well.
Everything will be all right now. Marmy, you're home. Bethy?
Marmy, I thought I heard your voice.
Oh, beautiful.
Amy!
Amy.
I came as soon as I saw your letter.
Oh, Marmy.
She's going to recover. Our Bethy's going to recover.
Oh, Beth, you have no idea how I worried about you. I thought about you night and day. I even wrote a will.
A will.
Yes, just in case I got sick too. You shouldn't laugh. I left you my bronze inkstand and my plaster rabbit.
Well, that's very thoughtful.
Of course, since I didn't die, no one gets anything.
Is this the March home?
It is indeed.
Then I have a special delivery for you.
Mother! Oh, you're home.
Joe. Amy. Now what about that?
She's going to recover.
Look at this. The March family is all together again. I call this splendid. Really, I do.